Hi everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you the NUBY Natural Touch Electric Sterilizer and Dryer. It's a brand new product from NUBY and it's the only one in its kind that basically steams your bottles or any of your breastfeeding equipment and dries it at the same time. So because it's a steam steriliser, it doesn't use any chemicals, so it's literally just water. It steams your bottles and it has 3 different settings, so you can either just do a quick clean or a quick sterilise, which takes 5 minutes. Then you have 2 different drying options, so you can either use the 15 minutes quick dry option, which is a total time of 15 minutes, so that's 5 minutes to sterilise, 10 minutes to then obviously dry your bottles. And then you can have them super dry, which basically means there is no drying required. Literally you can take the bottle out of the steriliser and it's ready to go, and that takes a total time of 30 minutes. The steriliser that Fraser and I used to use with Ella was a microwavable steriliser, and I loved it because it took 6 minutes. It was a Tommy Tippy steriliser and it was 6 minutes in the microwave, and then that was it, obviously completely sterilised. One thing that I really didn't understand was once you've sterilised your bottles and it's free of all the bacteria from obviously using the sterilising unit that we had, you're then using something to dry that bottle to then use it again. So you can let them air dry, but then again the water can then let airborne sort of bacteria grow. The one thing that you should be using to dry them would either be kitchen towel or a tea towel, which you don't know again if that is sterile. It really makes sense that someone has discovered that really your sterilising unit should also be drying your bottles for you too, so that you're not then putting any bacteria into your bottles when you're drying them. And that's exactly what NUBY have come up with. It's this fantastic product and I cannot wait to get into it and use it when our little boy arrives. So I'm just going to show you what's inside this box. I've not opened it up yet, and I'm going to show you where it's going to live in our house. We have space in our utility room, which I'm planning on keeping in one of the units that we have, all of his bottles and then his steriliser, and then also I'm going to keep our Perfect Prep machine out here as well. So I'm just going to show you the setup that we're going to have, and I'll just go ahead and open the box up and see what's inside it. So this here is just our little utility space. We just have our tumble dryer and our washing machine. We've got a little sink, we've got our boiler and a couple of sets of units, and we have a unit down there which we keep all of our soap powder and everything in as well. So it's nothing fancy. We made this little space up here in the extension and separated it using a wall. It's not completely finished yet. There are a few bits we need to do, like put the skirting boards and stuff on, but that is not a priority just now because obviously there are more crucial things that we need to get on with. So what we're going to do is keep the sterilising unit in this space in here, and also the Perfect Prep machine right next to it, because we have, as you can see, a plug point there which we can be using for that. It just frees up our kitchen space a little bit and makes life a little bit easier for us when we're trying to prepare meals, so that we've got some worktop space left in the kitchen. As you can see, that is my laundry basket of ironing ready to go. Hopefully we get that all sorted out before he comes, because I can imagine I will have loads. We also have been given the NUBY Natural Touch Anti-Colic and Anti-Reflux bottles, which have a little straw inside them. As you can see, it's a weighted straw and it basically helps you to do upright feeding, which is obviously been recommended just now by the NHS to help against reflux. They're so very lightly shaded blue at the top, which I love, so it's not really in your face. It's beautiful, nice colour, and it also has an award-winning soft flex easy latch teat as well. It is the NUBY Natural Touch Electric Steam Steriliser and Dryer, which comes with the sterilising unit. It also has one of those bottles inside as well, and one of the Uber soothers as well. So it's also available in white, but we have the black version, which is super sleek. In terms of instructions, NUBY have really made an effort to make sure that they're making it as simple as possible for you to understand how to use it. That is it all fully assembled. I have got the lid on it, I've got the grid on the inside, and also popped this onto the base. So I think what we need to do first is obviously have it plugged in and switched on at the main. You also have to make sure you switch it on here because there's a button here to make sure that it's on. You'll hear that beep noise. And then what we want to do is fill it up. So to put the water inside it, you need to take this part off, and then it also has a max fill in here, so it does say inside it max, and you just basically pour the water in. Once that's on, you would obviously select whatever program you wanted to do, but first we need to fill it. So what I'm going to do is use the bottles that I have been given. So I'm just going to pop these inside. Inside here you have this huge big basin sort of effect inside here. So it means that if you're going to be breastfeeding potentially and you're going to try and express some milk, then you can put all your stuff in here because that's the depth of the container. It's huge, so it means you can put in all your equipment and have it dried as well so that it doesn't dilute any of your milk, because the stuff is like liquid gold trying to get hold of it. I would really struggled with Ella to try and get any milk when I expressed, so any dribble that I managed to get through manual pumping, it was devastating if any of it ever got diluted. And then if you take this little grid part here, you just pop it on like so. So if I press this button here, it will, how do you press it? Oh, it's down the way. You want to do that, but it's actually down the way. So if I do that here, then that will put it on to a just regular 5-minute sterilising routine. If I put it on to the next one, press it again, that is the 5-minute sterilising plus 10 minutes of drying. And the last one here is your 5-minute sterilise and 25 minutes of drying, so that there is literally no condensation on your bottles and they are ready to get used. And to just get it to stay on, you just press and hold the button down once you've selected what you're looking for, and it should just start. Okay, so I can actually hear the sterilising unit working now. I can hear the steam coming on. At first, for the first sort of like 10 seconds, I thought, don't know if anything's happening here, maybe I've not done it right, but that's it now. I can hear it all sort of like boiling up the water to help the steam get through. So what I'm going to do is leave it to sterilise for 5 minutes, and then when I can hear the dryer coming on, I'll bring the camera back in and we can see what it's like when it's actually drying. Now that's it sort of bubbling up, it just sounds like the kettle getting boiled. That's the sound of it drying there. I really don't think that's loud at all. I can't hear it when I'm in the other room at all, so I think that's pretty good. So that's the cycle now finished. That's been a full sterilise and the 25 minutes of drying as well. So I'm going to check to see how well they've actually dried the bottles and that little dummy that I put in. So take the lid off. Again, completely dry, no condensation. Those are just little dimples on the actual teat. That's not water. Dummy as well, that's really dry. There's nothing on these. I'm really surprised. I thought there would be at least a slight bit of condensation like inside these because of the way I had them placed on, but nope. They're completely dry. Bottles completely dry. There is a disclaimer on the front of the box and on the inside on the instructions to say that there might be condensation left on the bottles. It's like slight amounts, like just obviously I'd imagine at the top of the corners and stuff like that, but the most part they would be dry. but these are completely dry. I'm really surprised at how well this has worked. So if you're looking for a new steriliser, or you're a new mum and you're looking to purchase a steriliser, the NUBY sterilisers are £60, which is a fantastic price, considering that is a full sterilisation process and also an option for drying as well. So if you're going to be buying a new steriliser, I would highly recommend this one from NUBY. It comes in white as well. I hope that you like this review and it has helped you make an informative choice when it comes to selecting your sterilising unit. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time on my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!